Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers, Minnesota, northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about our latest acquisition, a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. This was something that came out when I was in college, and I'll tell you what, the Trans Am was the coolest looking car ever, and it has all the features that really make you want to have one of these classic and collectible cars with the old school look and all that kind of stuff. So yes, you're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we're going to do a cold start. You can hear how great this car has, a great sound. We're going to do a walk around, give you more details of the car. And like I said, you can click on the link if you really want to get to it. It'll take you right to our website where you'll have access to the pricing and all the rest of the information on this car, plus have access to our over 100 additional cars we currently have in inventory. I'll tell you what, our website is www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. So if you're looking for an old car, you want your first classic or your 100th, odds are Ellingson's probably has what you're looking for on our sales floor. Anyway, let's get back to the details of this car. As I said, it was one of those cars that really was important to me when you're a college student. This was something that you dreamed of having, a Pontiac Trans Am. And like I said, this one is in a great color, Mayan Red, which is a correct color for the car. The other thing about old cars and collectibles in general, generally you want to buy one that has some nice options because it really makes a difference just for your comfort, stuff that you're used to. And if not, when time comes when you wish to part ways with it for something else, you know what? The options help sell the car very much so. And so I always tell people, look for those options because they're really important. Well, let's get into some of these options that this particular car has. And the other thing that I can prove with this car, we have all the paperwork. You know, everyone talks about this paperwork. Do you have that? Well, this one does. We have the Pontiac Historical Society paperwork. We have the original build sheet. We have the window sticker for this car. It was a lot of money back in 1978, but yet it really, all the stuff that you wanted was checked off. In other words, when they took through the guy with the salesman sat down, says, all right, we want the 400 V8. Sounds like a good deal. We want the Trans Am package, of course, not just a Formula, not just a Firebird. We want the Trans Am. You know, they came out in 1969 with the first one, and I think they continue to get better and better as they progressed. Yes, this particular one has, like I say, all the nice options. Someone said, well, let's check off power front disc brakes. Let's check off power steering. Let's get even air conditioning is something really nice. And I'm kind of a motorhead at heart, so I want the 4-speed with the posi rear end. This has all those boxes are checked off. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, it's really nice. You know, power steering on a smaller car like this is still really nice when you go to the car shows or you're parking or whatever. Just much better thing to have. And of course, power brakes, front disc brakes. This car will go pretty fast with that 400. I mean, that's a lot of cubic inches under the hood. That's another interesting thing. It says right on the shaker hood, TA 6.6. Well, I never was good at the conversions, whatever that stood for, but I know it's a 400. And just another aside story, I was a college student and I was in Europe one time and they said they seen a Trans Am, some guys I was with in Sweden, and they go, how big a motor? 6.6 liter. Oh my gosh, they couldn't believe such a big motor in a car. Well, we kind of are spoiled that way in this country. A lot of our stuff has lots of cubic inches, and in a smaller car like this, really nice. So yes, lots of options under the hood, and they also, of course, has the raised letter radial tires, the Snowflake rims, which was, again, another option. Even the Screaming Chicken, that was an extra option. You could have it if you wanted, or it could be deleted. It wasn't expensive, but to me, that just signifies, you know, that's a Trans Am. That's the cool one. Well, let's take a look at the inside of the car. Beautiful black bucket seat interior. I mean, the engine turn dash is really nice on this, and full instrumentation. They kind of give you a real good idea of what your car is doing when you are driving it. 4-speed, as I said, just really a cool sporty car. The outside dual mirrors, of course, color match to the car. I mean, they got the scoops and the fender flares on front and back. the rear deck lid. You know, you got room in that trunk. You can probably squeeze a set of golf clubs in there if you really wanted to, and that would be a nice thing to have. Neat thing about in that trunk, it even has the inflatable, the small tire. I'll tell you what, that means this car is really, really original. It's got a lot of that kind of stuff, great history. We know the car has been well taken care of by a collector. It's just in really great shape. Love the chrome exhaust, dual exhaust tips that come out the back. Again, another reason to watch the entire video from start to finish, because we really do that cold start. You can hear how nice this car really, really does sound. But yes, beautiful car in terms of options and whatnot. It's just, you know, the black is iconic, if you will, and really is fun to drive, needless to say. Now you can find all of our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it very much. You'll find all the information on this car, our current inventory, and it's kind of an added bonus, some of the cars we've sold in the past as well. So if you really like looking at the old car stuff, check out those websites and whatnot. They are really a good thing to do. But you're almost like me. I say, you know, Scott, we really love the videos. You do a great job. Hannah does a great job getting all the information and pictures and everything, so you really get a good feel for it. But if you're like me, I want to come down and look at it in person. By all means, you're more than welcome to come to Ellingson Motor Cars in person. We are open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So if you want to touch it, make sure it's real. It is. We are a licensed bonded dealer here in the state of Minnesota. Clear titles. It is definitely something that we can sell any place. Now, maybe you live in California. Well, how can I get that car there? We can help you with that as well. You can. We have several sources that we ship cars all over the country, for that matter, all over the world. So we can certainly get this car so it's parked in your driveway. How about financing? We have several sources for that as well. You know, again, just give us a call. We're more than happy to share our vast knowledge between everybody here. Someone's going to have a good answer and help you with any of that kind of stuff. Our phone number is 763-428-7337. And we're more than happy, like I said, to answer your questions. No, 1978, cars were still good looking in terms, maybe didn't have quite the performances what we had years ago, but 1978, this has got to be one of the best looking cars you could possibly have. Now, the other thing, if you own a Pontiac or whatever brand, a Chevy, a Hudson, a Studebaker, I always recommend to join either the local Pontiac club in this case, or the National Pontiac Club, because they're really helpful, giving you lots of information and whatnot on cars and questions you can answer. We do have the Pontiac Historical Society paperwork to document that this car is the way it is, and this is the way it came when it was brand spanking new. Well, in my world, the only thing that I probably wouldn't use on this car anymore is the rear defroster for the rear windows. Probably not going to be driving this in the winter. Better not. But yes, it's one of those cars that it would look good in anyone's collection, or be it your first collectible car. Get something that, I always say, get something that you like. That's the most important thing in the real world, is buy stuff that you like. And if this is what you're looking for, come on down, give us a call. We'll get it shipped to you, and it'll be in your driveway. Well, thank you again for visiting Ellingson Motor Cars, watching our videos. We appreciate it very much, and we'll see you next time.